Okay? Lick it now, lick it good, lick it like you should. Listen, lick this pussy like you should. Okay. First of all, why is it my responsibility to tell you how to lick my pussy? That's a legitimate question. I mean, if not just, I mean, obviously, you know, not everyone knows how to do it, but I'm just telling you right now, if you're a man or woman, you know, you could be woman licking pussy, which makes you a lesbian, but, you know, so either way, I don't care. But I'm just telling you now, I'm giving you input. Nothing to be ashamed about that you don't know. But I'll tell you right now, that if the woman needs to tell you, this is how you should lick my pussy, already you're a couple of points behind. Because, first of all, the one you should know. Second of all, it interrupts the process of lovemaking, the sensuality, the sexuality, the energy, the fluids that are already being generated in the vagina, your crotch, your pussy, your penis, whatever you got. Okay? It doesn't matter. But because the process of sexuality, of the mood, you want to call it, the simplest, you know, it builds up. And so the problem, it's not a problem obviously, I'm just saying it's better, it's less effective, if you want to put it that way, in a practical way. As far as the sexuality, the combined energy of sexuality, it's less effective once you have to stop and you have to have a conversation. You don't want to do it. It depends. If you're outside, if you're on a business trip, if you're going somewhere, you need to pause, stop, get a cup of coffee, you ask someone for directions. It doesn't matter because you're going already. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to do with your mood. It doesn't have to do with the energy. You're already doing it. It's very practical. Sexuality and being entwined in intimacy is very different. The energy is very important. It's not just something that you do when you treat it like you're going to pick up, you know, broccoli, something like that. Okay? So I'm just telling you right now, it doesn't matter. It's not bad or good that you don't know. You shouldn't be ashamed of anything ever. You should never be ashamed that you don't know something. But this is something like this, like something like eating pussy, or conversely, something like pulling on the penis, or doing something like that. Sexually, doesn't matter what gender, doesn't matter what you're doing, or who's doing whatever. If you're doing something sexually with someone, and you want it to be a moment of sexuality, and build into a crescendo until finally, you know, with a very powerful, it's an amazing moment. You want to get there, you don't want interruption. They call it coitus interruptus. You don't want it. This is an interruptus you don't want. Interruptions you want with something bad. With this thing, you definitely don't want with something good, but especially because it interrupts the energy. The energy will be completely depleted, and even start from scratch. They call it a context, something with changing of context switching, or something like that. They don't do it. You lose the energy. It takes 20 minutes. You get back to what you're doing. It seems like, oh, you stop for a question. Stop for a question, how you want to eat my pussy, my neck, my back, like you should, like you shouldn't, whatever. It doesn't matter. You should. If you want to do it, you do it. You don't have to do it. But presumably something you want to do. But the point is that once you interrupt it, says stop for a question, it's not like you come back instantly, and she's still in the mood, her fluids are still flowing, you know, and everything is like this. Because at that moment you interrupt it, the energy goes down. And maybe I'm not saying her pussy's going to dry up. You know, also because maybe you already might have ramped it up to a tremendous extent where her pussy's still wet. But that's not the point, is the energy's not there. And even if there could be, I mean, I guess in some way I could see that there's momentum from the sexuality, and maybe if the question and answer doesn't take too long, then there could be enough momentum, enough inertia of the vagina, that it's still excited, it's still inflamed, it's still, what's the word I'm looking for? It's still, whatever, it's just still hot, okay? But most likely, when you interrupt, especially with a question like that, and she's to ask and you answer, especially if you need to clarify, how do you want the pussy licked? Should I lick the pussy? On the left or the right, on the top, you want it hard, you want it soft, you want one licking, I should be touching, I should be rubbing. It's very complicated, it can be complicated. I'm not saying it has to be complicated, it can be complicated. But the point is that if the detour like this, it's not like a detour if you're going cross country, where the car is the same, everything is the same, you made a detour, you come back, everything is just the only time was added. This is different, because there's a very particular energy with this, especially that it builds on itself. So you're saying, like, and also, I'm not very comfortable with the word should. Should, could, would, all of those are very comfortable, like you should. And the last thing I need is somebody to tell me I should do it this way. Do it this way like you should. Okay, I'll do it if I want to. Especially if it's work, maybe you tell me that's how I should do it. Especially if you're my superior. Especially if I, just starting out. Something like this, I don't know. When you say you should, like you should, unless you're kinky, unless that's your thing. Because some people, usually people like to say you should do this, especially when you're being intimate, you're being sexual. Because there's some people who say, tell me I should do it that way. Because it's a kink, because you like to be subordinated. You like someone to dominate you. That's a whole other thing. Maybe we'll do an episode on that, I don't know.